Haramariase. So, this is my first YouTube video. It's just gonna get better from here, so bear with me while I try to figure this out. Today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about something that I've had quite a few questions on over the years, and that is, what does it mean to do the work? And I think when people say that they're doing the work or they need to do the work, that can feel very esoteric. And the reason for that makes sense. It's esoteric because there are so many different ways to do the work. There's so many different modalities that can mean so many different things to so many different people. So today, rather than spending a lot of time going into a very cerebral discussion of what it means to do the work, I wanted to share a few examples of what doing the work could look like that I think might be helpful in illustrating what the work is. And I'm actually going to start with something that is very pertinent and real to me right now. So our dreams are a place of lesser dimensionality where we can access information in the quantum field that is very hard for us to access inside the linear time of our waking dimensionality and density. So when you are sleeping, sometimes it's just nonsense that your brain is processing to get rid of, but sometimes we are actually accessing the beautiful, deeper part of the mind where symbolic communication and archetypical information resides. So pay attention to your dreams. So for me, I had a dream last night. I'm processing the loss of a friendship, and the person is not deceased, but they are no longer in my life. And the way that the friendship ended felt very much like abandonment to me. And I have pretty significant abandonment wounds because my mother did decide to leave the family when I was a small child. And I wasn't able at that time to reparent myself, right? I wasn't able to do the work to be okay. And so now that I am an adult, I am recognizing that this feeling of abandonment is an opportunity for me to be able to reparent myself through that loss and through that feeling. And so for me, something that showed up was in my dream last night, all of a sudden, I am in this room with my current best friend, and we're having like the best time. And this Garth Brooks song comes on. And I mean, I was just singing this song, every single lyric, knew every word. And I was so joyful. I was like singing and dancing and had all of these emotions coming up. And I woke up and this song was just playing in my head, and it was so clear. And I don't listen to Garth Brooks. I mean, I did when I was a kid, but I don't listen to him now. I don't listen to any country music. And so I remember thinking, oh, that's odd. And I could have let it go there. I could have just been like, oh, that's odd. But I didn't. I realized that music is a great way for our unconscious to talk to us. And I thought to myself, maybe there's something here. Maybe there's a reason that this very specific song from this very specific artist is playing for me in my subconscious. And especially because it was such a joyful experience with a friend who is so supportive and loving and wonderful. And so I thought, okay, maybe there's something here. why not? I'm going to listen to this song. Well, it turns out that Garth Brooks does not stream any of his music on anything except Amazon. So this was quite an adventure for me to get an Amazon account and figure out how to stream Garth Brooks music. But it was worth it because for whatever reason, it unlocked all of these emotions and feelings for me. And I was able to just fully move these emotions through my body. I mean, I'm like crying, laughing, dancing, just listening to this song and some other songs of his, and really feeling a reconnection to the joy that I used to feel when I listened to this music when I was much younger. And, you know, there's no direct correlation between this music and the experience that I'm grieving. But that's not how the subconscious works. There isn't always a direct correlation. And I'm truly just amazed at how cathartic this experience has been for me. And it seems so silly. if you're not familiar with the symbolic nature of the unconscious mind and of how powerful music is to release trauma somatically from the body, this sounds like a funny little quirky thing to do, but I truly believe that this is one of the most powerful feelings I've ever had in my entire life, was this exact experience of being given a song, getting up, trusting that my unconscious mind was giving it to me for a reason, listening to it, and then allowing myself to really be in that space. Guys, that's doing the work. So I know for some people, the whole like doing the work, it's just like, what does that mean? Am I doing the work now? Maybe I'm not doing the work. So this is an example of doing the work. Another great example is just slowing down when you feel yourself starting to feel an emotion, and just taking a couple of minutes, and all you do is you just identify, I'm feeling this emotion. Even if you don't know the emotion, what am I feeling in my body? I'm feeling restless. I'm feeling agitated. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling frustrated. Where am I feeling it? I'm feeling it in my chest. I'm feeling it in my hands. I'm feeling it in my legs. That's doing the work. Just slowing down and identifying what's happening for you in the present moment. Okay? This idea of doing the work can be something that people get really hung up on, and they can also be really misled by, because doing the work is not learning about doing the work, which is why I'm really avoiding getting into a cerebral discussion about the work right now. I'm just trying to give you examples of what doing the work might look like. Okay? So as you are sitting with the idea of doing the work, my challenge to you would be, can you listen to those unconscious cues? Okay. This can be suddenly needing to slow down and taste something, needing to slow down and listen to something. Maybe you suddenly feel like moving your body in a certain way. This can also be just sitting down and literally just identifying what's happening inside of you, in your mind or in your body or in your emotional body. These things are doing the work. So doing the work isn't always this big thing, okay? Quite often doing the work is these small little identifications that we then choose to sit with. For those of you who are doing a lot of plant medicine, guess what? That's actually not doing the work. And we know this to be true because when we look at the brain, it's actually not until after we have that journey that we start to see those changes in neuroplasticity, that we start to see those changes in the actual structure and connectivity of the neuronal pathways. And that really happens only when we have good accountability for the integration across time afterwards, okay? So if you're somebody who is going from one ceremony to the next ceremony to the next ceremony, that's not doing the work. That's chasing a high. And don't get me wrong, I love plant medicine. I am a huge proponent of all sorts of psychedelic and natural medicinal ceremonies and applications. But what I see right now is I see people who are chasing that cathartic experience. That's not doing the work. The work happens with you in these moments when you slow down, when you choose to disrupt a pattern. The medicine is just giving you the tool to slow down, to create space. But if you're not doing that regularly, if you're not practicing that piece of it, then doing all of these ceremonies and journeys, that's not doing the work. Okay? So this is my rant on doing the work. I would love to answer any questions. I hope that this helped. First YouTube video, so I'm not even sure how this is gonna look, and I'm always open to answering questions. So if you have any questions about this, please let me know. If you're interested in learning how to become your own guru so you can stop relying on external resources and tools, also let me know. I'm teaching a program called Become Your Own Guru. It's still in the beta phase. So if you're catching this video now, you're in luck, because this is the cheapest this program will ever be, because I'm still ironing out some of the details and finishing the books for it. But trust me, this program is amazing. It's basically me teaching you everything I know, from esoteric philosophy and interpretation all the way through to like human design, channeling, you name it, witchcraft. We're going to cover it all. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. I'm sure the only people watching this at this point are all of the people that are already supporting our community that we have here. But thank you nonetheless. And I hope that this was some good food for thought, and maybe it helped demystify what it means to do the work just a little. All right, until next time.